Throughout history, you've watched civilizations rise and fall based on who controlled the critical bottlenecks. The Silk Road, the Suez Canal, Middle Eastern oil fields, or strategic ports that commanded entire oceans. But today, the world's biggest bottleneck isn't a place you can point to on a map, it's a company. A Dutch company called ASML, so technologically advanced that no nation on Earth can replicate what it builds. And without it, the modern world simply stops. Every smartphone in your pocket, every computer on your desk, every car you drive, every weapon system your country depends on, all of it runs on microchips. These chips require machines that can etch patterns smaller than viruses onto silicon wafers. Patterns so impossibly small that only one company in the entire world makes the machines capable of creating them. ASML is a Dutch company you've probably never heard of. Yet it holds a complete monopoly on extreme ultraviolet lithography machines, the only tools on Earth capable of making cutting-edge chips. Each machine costs $200 million. Takes years to build. And without them, the technological foundation of modern civilization crumbles. To understand why ASML matters, you need to know how chips are made, which we're simplifying here, but the core concept works like printing billions of microscopic circuits onto silicon wafers. Except the patterns have become so incredibly small that regular light physically can't draw them anymore. The wavelengths are too big. ASML's EUV machines solve this by using extreme ultraviolet light with wavelengths just 13.5 nanometers, about 40 times smaller than visible light. A human hair is roughly 80,000 nanometers wide. These machines carve transistors just 3 nanometers across. You could fit over 30,000 of them across that same hair. This is the scale where the rules of everyday physics stop applying, where quantum effects emerge and classical mechanics break down. Building an EUV machine requires over 100,000 parts from 5,000 suppliers across 50 countries. The mirrors inside must be so perfectly smooth that if you scaled one to the size of Germany, the biggest bump would be a millimeter tall. That's why these mirrors come exclusively from Germany, manufactured by Carl Zeiss SMT, a company that spent decades perfecting a process so precise that only these people can do it. Even ASML, with all its resources and expertise, can't make these mirrors themselves, but that's a topic for another video. The machines generate plasma by firing lasers at droplets of molten tin 50,000 times per second. Each droplet is smaller than a grain of sand. This entire process happens in a vacuum chamber because EUV light gets absorbed by air. Even a few molecules will block it. No other company on Earth can do this, not even close. ASML doesn't just dominate the market, it is the market. China has spent billions trying to build competing machines and failed completely. The United States, with all its resources and technological prowess, doesn't have this technology either. Neither does Japan. Neither does South Korea, just ASML. When the US government wanted to slow China's chip development, it didn't impose tariffs or sanctions on chips themselves. It blocked ASML from selling EUV machines to China. That single action immediately crippled China's ability to produce advanced chips. No machines, no chips, no exceptions. Taiwan's TSMC, which manufactures chips for Apple, Nvidia, and nearly every major tech company, depends entirely on ASML machines for its most advanced production lines. If ASML's supply stopped for even a year, the global tech industry would collapse. No new iPhones, no AI chips, no advanced weapon systems, just nothing. This creates a strange and precarious geopolitical reality. A mid-sized Dutch company controls a choke point more critical than any oil pipeline in history. Wars have been fought over far less strategic resources than what ASML provides. The company employs about 40,000 people, yet those people collectively hold more economic leverage than entire nations. If conflict ever reaches Taiwan, where most advanced chips are made, or the Netherlands, where the only machines capable of making them come from, the technological foundation of modern civilization faces existential risk. These aren't abstract concerns. These people, in these specific places, hold our collective future in their hands. And that's a fragility most of us never think about. So where does that leave you? Every device you touch, every car you drive, every medical device that might save your life someday, all of it depends on a single bottleneck controlled by one company in one country. We've built our entire technological civilization on a foundation that only ASML can provide. No backup, no alternative, no plan B. And that's a fragility worth understanding because it shapes everything about the future you're living into. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and make sure to leave a comment below. See you in the next video. Stay curious.